There was a town where the people were all thieves. At night everybody would go out and rob a neighbor's house. They'd get back at dawn loaded with loot to find their own house had been robbed. So everybody lived happily together. Nobody lost out, since each stole from the other, and that person stole from the next, and so on, until you got to the last person who stole from the first. One day, though, an honest man came to live in the town. At night, instead of going out to rob like the others, he stayed home to read books. The thieves came, saw the light, and didn't go in. This went on for a while, until the others had to explain to him that even if he didn't want to steal, that was no reason to stop everyone else from doing as they pleased. Every night he spent at home meant a family would have nothing to eat the following day. So the honest man took to going out in the evenings like they did, but he didn't steal. He was honest. There was nothing he could do about it. When he got home he found he'd, of course, been robbed. In less than a week he found himself penniless, with nothing to eat and an empty house. Besides that, though, the bigger problem was that his behavior upset everything else. Because he let others steal from him without stealing from others, there was always someone who got home to find their house untouched, the house he should have robbed. After a while, the ones who weren't being robbed got richer than the others. To make matters worse, the ones who came to steal from the honest man's house found it was always empty, so they became poor. Meanwhile, the ones who had become rich got lazy and adopted the honest man's habit of going out for a stroll at night instead of robbing a house. This increased the confusion because it meant lots of others became rich, and lots of others became poor. Now the rich people realized that if they went out every night, they'd soon be poor, and they thought, let's pay some of the poor to go and rob for us. And so, as tends to happen, the rich got rich and the poor got poorer. Some of the rich got so rich that they didn't need to steal or have others steal for them to stay rich. But if they stopped stealing, they would get poor because the poor stole from them. So they paid the very poorest of the poor to guard their property. That sort of thing led to setting up a police force, building prisons, and all that. So it was that after only a few years after the appearance of the honest man, people no longer spoke of robbing and being robbed, but only of the rich and the poor. But they were still all thieves. The only honest man had been the one at the beginning, and he died very early on of hunger.